You think you control your choices, but your phone has already decided everything for you. Your mind became the most profitable product in the world, and you never even noticed. The internet algorithms know exactly what you will do, even before you think about it. You no longer choose what you see online, you are actually chosen by pure profit. Your precious freedom of choice is completely gone, and it was sold for mere pennies. You open your phone and think you are in total control of your own actions. But the hidden truth is that every single click was already predicted by a machine. A great thinker named Shoshana Zuboff gave a terrifying name to this current digital scenario. She calls this modern business model the concept of surveillance capitalism on a global scale. This system does not just want your personal data to sell simple ads on screen. The real objective is to predict and modify your behavior every second of the day. The big technology companies collect your digital traces to create a virtual twin of you. They observe the exact time you spend looking at one specific photo on the network. They know exactly when you are feeling sad or when you feel a deep loneliness. There is a striking phrase that perfectly summarizes this entire complex machinery of the internet. You do not choose what you see on screen, you are chosen by corporate profit. Your attention became a valuable commodity disputed by corporations worth billions of American dollars now. To keep you trapped on the screen, these systems use highly refined psychological manipulation tools. They create an endless flow of information that feeds your brain with a constant dopamine. You swipe your finger down and receive a brand new visual reward every single second. This mechanism is exactly the same one used in the slot machines of expensive casinos. The internet has transformed into a giant digital casino that you carry inside your pocket. To guide your decisions without you noticing, scientists use things called architectural nudges online today. A nudge is a tiny little push designed to direct your choice in subtle ways. The architecture of social networks is built to induce you toward paths that generate profit. The quick buy button on your screen is a classic example of this silent push. The automatic reproduction of videos also prevents you from deciding to stop watching right now. When one video ends, the next starts alone before you can even think about leaving. Your ability to decide was transferred to a computer code programmed to trap you forever. You truly believe you chose to see that extra content, but the system decided instead. Another very common trap in the digital world is the so-called dark patterns system. They are digital interfaces deliberately designed to deceive and manipulate the choices of common users. You know, when you try to cancel a subscription and the button is almost invisible, or when an application places a giant colorful option to accept all their tracking terms, while the option to refuse remains hidden in a very small and confusing gray text. These visual tricks completely break your autonomy and force you to do what they want. The design lost its function of helping users and became a psychological capture weapon today. All this happens silently while you just navigate distractedly through the World Wide Web every day. This process generates something even more dangerous that the experts call a deep epistemic manipulation. This means the system alters how you acquire knowledge and how you view our reality. The algorithms filter the world for you, showing only what generates strong emotional human reactions. If you like a subject, the system hides all contrary opinions from your personal screen. You start living in a digital bubble where everyone thinks exactly the same as you. Your perception of truth begins to be shaped by the purely commercial interests of others. The shared reality ceases to exist, and each person starts having their own virtual truth. This destroys dialogue in society and creates an extreme polarization that seems to never end. Over time, these computer codes create specific algorithms that crystallize many highly unwanted human behaviors. They discover your psychological weaknesses and exploit these weak points without any kind of mercy. If you tend to buy on impulse, the system will show offers during vulnerable moments. If you suffer from anxiety, the network will deliver alarming news to grab your attention. The system learns how to retain you and repeats this cycle until creating destructive habits. You get trapped in a vicious circle of consumption, social comparison, and very constant dissatisfaction. The machine reinforces your absolute worst behaviors only because they generate more engagement on platform. Free will transforms into a very comfortable illusion created solely to hide our total submission. Many people believe they can beat the system using only their own pure willpower today. But this is an unfair fight of a single human against supercomputers connected in networks. On the other side, there are thousands of brilliant engineers working to break your resistance. They use next-generation artificial intelligence powered by billions of data points collected every day. Your conscious mind cannot compete with a machine that analyzes your subconscious mind every second. Surveillance capitalism has transformed our own personal life experience into a raw material for export. Our feelings, fears, and secret desires are packaged and sold in behavioral futures global markets. Companies buy the guarantee that we will behave in the exact way they predicted earlier. In the past, industries explored nature and deep mineral resources to generate physical material wealth. Today, the new frontier of economic exploration is human nature itself and our daily attention. The owner of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, understood this logic long before all his main competitors. He realized that connecting people was the perfect excuse to monitor humanity in real time. Other giant companies like Google and Apple followed the exact same path, creating closed ecosystems. We pay for these free digital services by surrendering our freedom and our intimate privacy. The true price of using social networks without paying anything was ending our free will. We became the involuntary workers of a factory that produces the modification of human behavior. If all your choices are induced by an artificial intelligence, your free will barely exists. Philosophy always defended that the human is free to trace his own destiny in life. But now our daily decisions are the result of mathematical equations created in Silicon Valley. You choose some clothes, a book, or some food because you really wanted that thing. Or you chose it because an algorithm inserted this desire in your mind quite subliminally. This agonizing doubt shows how our personal autonomy was deeply compromised in the last decade. We were domesticated by colorful notifications and sounds designed to activate our internal reward system. Our profound capacity for deep reflection was completely replaced by fast reactions on mobile screens. The impact of this on the mental health of global populations reached very dangerous levels. Cases of depression and severe anxiety grew frighteningly, especially among the most connected young people. The need for constant social approval creates an entire generation dependent on virtual digital likes. We look at ourselves through the distorted mirrors of filters and perfect lives on Instagram. The system knows this and exploits our deep insecurities to sell products promising fast happiness. Our internal dissatisfaction became an essential gear to keep the digital economy spinning without stopping. If we were happy and satisfied with our lives, we would not spend hours scrolling. Human suffering was transformed into an engagement and profit metric by all these digital platforms. The power of these corporations today is greater than the power of many world governments. They possess the frightening capacity to influence political elections in several different countries at once. When you control the information that reaches the voters, you completely control the ballot results. The Cambridge Analytica scandal proved that our personal data can be used to manipulate democracies. They mapped the fears of citizens and sent personalized political advertisements to change their votes. This shows that the problem goes far beyond buying some sneakers that you never needed. We are talking about the subtle destruction of free society bases and modern democracy itself. The rules of our social game are being rewritten by companies completely unaccountable to anyone. To face this threat, we must first recognize that we live in constant surveillance states. We usually think of surveillance as government cameras spread across the streets of our city. But 21st century surveillance happens in the comfort of your room before you sleep. Your very own mobile device became a private spy that you voluntarily feed every day. Every time you accept the terms of use without reading, you sign a surrender contract. You surrender the right to be monitored and analyzed by dark entities you barely know. The sheer invisibility of this process is the biggest advantage of modern hyper-surveillance capitalism. How can we fight a silent enemy that we invited inside our own private homes? Facing this frightening scenario, many people are starting to seek digital resistance and true liberation. Some choose to completely abandon social networks and return to old phones without internet connection. Others try to use applications that heavily limit the daily usage time of digital screens. But true change demands a very deep awareness about how these secret mechanisms work practically. We need to learn to identify nudges and dark patterns right when they appear on screen. Recovering the control of our precious attention is the first step to rescue lost autonomy. We absolutely cannot allow machines to decide what we should think, feel, or buy daily. Our human mind must continue being the sacred territory of our very own free choice. The future of humanity depends on our capacity to impose ethical limits on these corporations. It is not about hating modern technology, but demanding that it serves human well-being. True knowledge about surveillance capitalism is our main defense against this highly invisible digital manipulation. By understanding the hidden trick, we completely break the spell binding us to infinite feeds. The very next time you open a social network, remember the hidden mechanism operating there. You are not just innocently consuming some very fun content in your free leisure hours. You are actively participating in a silent battle for the control of your free will. Digital technology should be a liberation tool and not an invisible digital leash around us. After understanding how algorithms manipulate your daily decisions, do you still have real free will?